Hey guys, how the hell are you? Coming at you from the Toka studio where I make all the magic happen. And I decided to edit these videos that I shot at Winter NAMM this year, where I asked a bunch of different YouTubers a bunch of different questions. And I figured now would be a really cool time to roll these videos out, get these videos edited finally, and basically upload them, have them go live now, because right this weekend, right now, is when we were supposed to be having the Summer NAMM show. But of course, because of this stupid fucking virus, we're not able to have the kick-ass friendly get-together that we had last year. So, kind of in honor of like all the great friends that I made at the various NAMM shows that I've been to, and just kind of, you know, not necessarily to tide us over because NAMM is such a huge spectacle, but just something to kind of maybe get us pumped up for next year. Hopefully that show is still happening. But yeah, let's do these questionnaire videos, and hopefully you guys can be entertained by this a little bit until we get to experience a NAMM show again. So thank you guys so much, and without further ado, hey guys, how the hell are you? Coming at you live from NAMM 2020. Today's question: what gear-related hill are you prepared to die upon?
I know there's a lot of people that love their modelers, and that's great. Would never want to take anything away from anyone. But for me, I really like the real thing. I get the convenience of modeling, and I get that some modeling is exceptional, especially when you're recording music and it's in the mix, and you have frequencies like properly set, and you have bass and drums. The convenience of modeling is extraordinary. But modeling is like a roller coaster simulator. It's not the roller coaster.
Right.
So something I'll never sway on is the experience of plugging into a half stack and turning it up and feeling the rumble that I just don't hear with modeling. So something I'd never sway on is plugging in and playing the real thing.
Gotcha. All right, what gear-related hill are you prepared to die on?
I don't buy into the pedal culture at all. I am a minimalist, and I don't believe that, for me personally, I don't want to have a bunch of different options, a bunch of different sounds. I believe a good guitar, a good amp, and your fingers. I want one good tone, a good guitar, and a good amp. I don't want any pedals.
Right on.
I'm prepared to die on the hill that says digital is just as good as analog. I've experienced it myself. We're there. It's 2020. It's the future. So,
When you say digital is just as good as analog, like compare some, like can you compare a couple?
yeah. So I owned a recording studio. I had racks and racks of Neve 1073s, 1176s, API 312s, and then I bought a Universal Audio Apollo, and I sold all that shit, and I made like 30 grand.
Right on.
Which was a good move for me.
Because you've got like probably plugins that are...
Oh yeah, exactly. I bought one plugin, one 1073, and I compared it to the hardware one. I was like, of course.
Barely
of course.
any difference.
And I had like 8 1073s, and I added up the math, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, I could save a lot of money by getting rid of some of these.
Hell yeah.
So 1073 by Universal Audio, their plugin is spectacular, it's spot on.
What is a gear-related hill that you are prepared to die upon?
Evertune.
What is an Evertune?
Yeah,
So, how so?
because I think it's one of the biggest innovations for guitar playing since the guitar player came out, basically, almost.
Right on.
It's just, like right now, it's such a natural thing for me to play the Evertune. I mean, all the guitars I play, I have Evertune. And occasionally, fine, I have a Floyd Rose guitar, but no, I keep all my Evertune guitars in the studio. I just pick up the guitar and play. I never tune my guitars anymore.
I think less is more in a guitar. I don't like guitars with lots of options and pickups, and I want to have it easy. And yeah, basically that's it. Like a
less is more.
Less is more. Yeah.
That's a really good question. So I would have to be that, like, at the end of the day, I'd still rather, like, a tube amp is still going to be better for always than a modeler. Now, that's not hate on Neural DSP or anything else like that. Those modelers have their place for travel or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to take a tube amp and stick it in, run it to a load box if I want a low volume, or put it through a cab. That's until I'm dying on that hill. That's it.
And active pickups are good.
Oh, you don't like actives?
No, they are good. I'm saying they're always gonna be good.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of people say that EMG sound like shit, and it might be good, not necessarily a pickup.
Gotcha. I am prepared to die on the hill of not needing a clean guitar tone.
Meaning meaning versus a distorted tone, or meaning something that's crystal clear?
So as a YouTube demonstrator, as you know, sometimes people ask me to do things that aren't metal related, and the majority of the time I say no. And a lot of comments and a lot of Instagram comments are always like, you should play in a clean sound, you can do clean tones really well. I just say, I don't want to. And that's the hill that I'm prepared to die on.
Awesome. Fuck the cleans.
Exactly.
I would be prepared to die on the fact that you don't need to have the newest thing at all. Like, one of the things that bothers me is the idea that that marketing has really grabbed a hold of everybody. And if you have one thing that sounds good, stick with that. You don't need to buy a new plugin, you don't need a new amp, and you don't need a new guitar. You need to work on your guitar playing if that's the problem, but I'm prepared to die on the fact that you do not need anything new. Take what you have, you can make it sound good. Don't buy anything else. Don't spend your money, don't fall into this trap. I mean, it's funny because we're at NAMM right now, right, which is like the epitome of like commercial marketing for this, but one of the things that really bothers me is the idea that they take everybody's money for these kids that are just trying to sound better, and they don't realize that I get questions every single day, what do you use? What are you doing for this? And I say, bro, look, just work with what you have. You can take a plugin that's not even good. You can take something on your computer. What do you have now? Make that sound good, and then you can finally decide what you need next.
What is a key-related hill that you are prepared to die on?
Key-related hill? That a telly can do anything. Well, it can do anything. What can a telly do?
Right.
Exactly. A telly. John 5, Fred Paisley. Other guys who play Telecasters who are spoken players.
Right on.
Do you hate Telecasters?
Not my thing, but at the same time, I get why everyone else digs them. So they inherently kind of have that thing about them from the minute you play them, but that thing has just never been my thing, is all.
Yeah.
So I get why everyone else digs them.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, they're funky. They got their own thing going on, but.
This one is very easy. Floyd Rose. And can I say more?
Yeah.
Floyd Rose, Kemper profiling amp. I'm never going to change my mind about that. It's fucking awesome. 4x12 Marshalls. There you go. You know, like you can, if you want a classic tone, plexi heads. I don't have any plexi heads, but I know it's awesome. I play. It's painful to stay on the same room with a plexi head and crank it up, but there is nothing wrong with that. It's always right.
That extended range guitars are not a joke, that they're a legit instrument, and I think they serve a good purpose. And there's a lot of people that don't agree with that, and that's okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until the next video.